With us this morning, we're honored and privileged to have Rachel Dorn. Rachel, how are you?
Good, Eric.
Well, nice to see you. Diane Wise with us. How are you, Diane?
I'm well, thank you.
Let's talk. Today is the 28th, but tax season has come and gone. I know that it was probably had to be busy. Talk to me about that. Rachel, let's start with you.
I mean, definitely it was a whirlwind this year, but it's been a great season helping individuals and businesses get through their tax filings.
Okay. Diane, your first tax season with MFG as well, right? Tell me about that.
Yes, definitely. Definitely got a front row seat to those that do a lot of last minute scrambling. A few sighs of relief when April 15th came and left, and even those that were like, oh, wait, it's April 14th? I need to file? Oh, yeah.
My gosh. Moment of panic.
Yes, exactly.
Moment of panic. Okay, Rachel, tell me what some of the biggest surprises that you saw in tax filings this year.
Well, one of the biggest things is just people being caught off guard by the changes in tax laws. Not something they definitely think about throughout the year, but life events can impact their tax returns when that time comes. For example, if you had a change in income, maybe you started a new side business or a shift in deductions, they don't always realize that throughout the year until it comes tax time and affects what they owe or get back.
Okay. Well, it makes sense that you wouldn't necessarily put those together with your tax till you're sitting there visiting with Rachel, right?
Yep.
So it wouldn't make sense. So, Rachel, tell me about that.
Yep.
Another one of the big things would be what?
Well, missing estimated tax payments, particularly for the self-employed individuals. If you're not at least tucking that money away throughout the year, that can kind of be a big shock come tax time. And, you just don't want to be surprised about how much you owe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a meteorologist that says a real shockaroo. That can be a real shockaroo, that's for sure.
Yep.
Diane, so what about from your side of things? What surprised you the most about working with clients during tax season?
I think what stood out the most was how many people that maybe weren't organized or were feeling the stress, the crunch of tax season. Some clients have everything organized. They bring in their folders, whatever, and they just lay it all out. And yeah, that was no problem to get through those. But those that are not organized, they've got to come back with other documents or, they have to start digging in their files at home. So yeah, definitely those that were organized fared well. Those that weren't, well, we got them done. But
So organization is a big role in making that tax season a little less stressful, we'll say, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Having good records, keeping track of receipts, and knowing where your documents are saved makes everything go so much smoother.
What about mistakes? Let's talk about some of those. Rachel, so what were some of the most common errors that you saw this year?
Yeah, well, one of the big ones is missing deductions. Sometimes people forget about expenses that can be deducted, like charitable contributions, medical expenses, even medical mileage, or work-related costs if they're self-employed.
You don't want to miss
Absolutely
those.
not. We don't want to miss any deductions.
So once a file is returned, is it too late to go back and say, add those?
No, it's not. You can go back and amend a return, but it's much better to get it right the first time. And another mistake we see often is people assume their tax situation is going to be the same as last year. And then, like we talked about, there's a lot of factors: changing jobs, having a child or having a child age out, selling an asset. All those things can impact your taxes in ways you didn't expect. It's not necessarily the same as it was last year.
Okay. All right.